What's going on, guys? I'm having a bit of a weird day. I'm having a long day. Let me show you what's going on. So my room is undergoing some upgrades because, well, that's just kind of been the theme of the last few months, is putting more stuff in here. First, I put posters on the walls. So we got Ultra Instinct Goku over here. And then, well, to be fair, right now the poster isn't up. But on this wall over here is usually my Shenron poster. But right now, for the last week, the big thing has been something that isn't anything to do with gaming really, but massive quality of life upgrade: air conditioning. Like full on, proper, real air conditioning. Because you know how every year England has a heat wave that's worse than the one that comes before it? Well, you can imagine that a room that is just like this one, just full of electronics, gets very, very hot. It also doesn't help that this is like a townhouse style house, so like there's 3 levels to the house, and the main bedroom is upstairs, and that gets if it's above 10 degrees outside, it's hell up there. It's so warm. So like come summertime, where it can be like 30 towards the evening time, no, not fun. So like for the previous few years, we've been like, right, aircon, real aircon. Doesn't matter what the price is. Aircon, quality of life upgrade, and the one in my office at least, business expense because it's for the office. So upgrades are coming. Obviously, it's not done yet, but this is day 3, and I tell you what, my sleep schedule. You've seen through these videos. I sleep pretty late. My sleep schedule on average, I would say, I get to bed about 4 in the morning and get up at about 12 in the afternoon, maybe an hour either side sometimes, and get like 3 and get up at 11, or 5 and get up at 1. It varies. But obviously the rest of the working world doesn't work like that. So like these dudes that have been coming to do the air conditioning, I've been rocking up at 8 a.m. to get started, and apparently this house has been kind of difficult to work with because of the way it's been built, just because it's a townhouse style. And this is day 3. Day 2, bless them, they literally were here for like 12 hours. They started last Thursday, and they did about 6 hours then, and then they really wanted to get done on day 2, so they literally stayed from 8 in the morning until like 7 at night, so 11 hours, I suppose, and then didn't manage to finish that day. So they're here today to finish off, and it should be done today. I feel the bit that they've really struggled with, they've finished now, so they seem pretty confident that it'll be done today. But it's meant that my sleep schedule's been turned on its head, and I've had to get up like 3 hours after I normally would have gone to bed. It's not been ideal. But something that I've been doing today to attempt to have a productive day, despite the fact that a lot of my equipment hasn't been usable at all, and therefore I've not really been able to do much work, is I've spent ages going through all of my CEX games and removing all the price tags for them. This finger right here, I can't feel that finger no more. It's done. However, and I'm sure you guys watch him as well, perhaps, because I feel like we've got similar content style. Shout out to Retro Ghetto, because I saw that he uses this to get his stickers off of things, and I'm like, let's give it a go. And it has worked out really quite well, to be fair. The Mr. Sheen multi-surface stuff. But like, yeah, my room has not been usable because obviously they've been working in here, and with my desk moved over, because normally my desk and my whole setup that's underneath there would be in that corner, but with it being moved over, a lot of the cables that are like down there have been unplugged, and they're vital to everything working. Without the desk in that corner, none of my consoles nor my PC is connected to my big TV behind me. This one over here, so it's just been unusable. So currently making my way through all the games, removing the stickers. Obviously there's still a few left over. There's one there and one there, and then the one on Silent Hill 4, and then I'm about to go through what's left of over here as well and remove posters. And then when it comes to like room upgrades beyond that point, we're nearly done. There's like one more thing that I'm currently waiting on the delivery for, that's gonna just go on the wall as well. Something else that needs doing is I could do with having the electrician round, because I want to get some of the plug sockets changed out for USB plug sockets rather than just mainline plugs, because I've got a lot of things that need charging, and they could do with charging through like direct power from the wall versus just crappy USB speeds. Like this camera charges so quickly from the wall, but if I charge it even through USB 3.0, it's just way slower. And obviously I use it all the time filming stuff, and there's just tons of things that need charging. There's like 3 microphones for this camera, so I'm going to get some upgrades to the plug sockets around the room, and maybe even some extra plugs scattered around too, because every single one of my consoles is all plugged in all at once. So you've got like 4 monitors, my PC, about 8 consoles, and then like My HDMI switch is powered. My RetroTink 5X upscaler, I think that's powered. There's tons of things that require power in this room. It's kind of mental, like things that you don't even consider, like right down to this camera here with its permanent battery, things like that. And then another job is some of my spotlights. So you see my 9 spotlights. 3 out of 9 are pretty much dead, so they need replacing, and I don't have the skill set to do that. I'm sure it's pretty simple. My theory is that I'll pay him to fix them and do the plugs and pay attention to how he does it, and then maybe the time after that I should be able to do it myself. That's kind of how I learned to do most things, is pay a professional to do it and then learn from somebody that knows more. That's kind of the way you should learn how to do lots of things in life, really, is get somebody that knows what they're doing to do it. Otherwise it's not done properly the first time, and then figure it out from there. But yeah, so that's next on the agenda. I did have a game turn up today, I suppose. I could show you that while we're here. And then, so we got this one here. It's already open. I did talk about it in the last video. If we come over to the shelf, I'll show you what it was. We've got Saw 2 for the PlayStation 3. Because if you remember, I click and collected this one, rocked up, and they had rejected it because it was a reprinted cover and they didn't want to send me that, so I'm glad they didn't. So now that has arrived like 5 or so days later, so we now have both Saw games. You also might notice I've actually got some space left over in my shelves just for more games on the PS3 shelf and the PS4 shelf. Everything else is looking pretty full, and then of course there's the new shelves over there that's got like quite a lot of space. What I want to do is, instead of having individual games up here, is I want to get some like collector's editions for games that I like really care about. So like maybe Dark Souls, maybe Borderlands, something cool looking, and have those going across the top. Because I've never really cared about collector's editions, those sort of display things, because I've never really had the space. My room in my mum's house was 6 foot by 8 foot, so I didn't even have room for game cases at that point. And that's why loads of the PS3 ones I had to replace myself once we moved. But yeah, so I'm thinking some collector's edition stuff could be fun for that. But also, I just love standing over here and looking at these guys. Just, it's incredibly satisfying. They're not expensive at all. These are literally the cheapest versions of each card, but like, it's nostalgia. And you guys know that I'm quite the nostalgia merchant. Also, by the time this video goes up, we should be approaching 10,000 subscribers. I think we're about 101 away right now, and I've got a pretty big video. So this video is being filmed before the £1,100 CX haul video goes up, and that should boost me up a few followers as well. So like, I have no idea how many followers I'll be on by the time this video goes up, but we should be pushing into that 10,000 mark. I just can't believe that it's only 1 PM right now, and I've been awake for 5 hours, maybe a little bit more than, where I would typically be waking up about now, which, you know, but I suppose it's only today, and it was necessary because it's just a lot of work. They've been working hard. Something else on my agenda once all of this is done is a deep clean of the room, because the room's gotten pretty dusty with all the drilling and putting stuff on walls as of late. So once there's no more drilling to be done, dusting everything, I'm going to open up some of the consoles and clean them out as well. The Xbox Series X should be okay because I did that semi-recently, the PlayStation 3 as well, but the PlayStation 5 could do with a clean. It's going to be interesting, right? Some people like to comment on the ventilation of my consoles anyway, but like, they all are pretty, they don't get too hot under there. I don't know, they just don't. I think they just don't get hot enough for it to be a problem. Like, they're pretty quiet. The PlayStation 5 is silent, but obviously once I've got the air conditioning in here and I can keep the entire room a stable temperature, it's going to be very interesting to see, just to see, you know? Like, I do wonder, with air conditioning in the room, is my PC and my consoles all going to run a little bit cooler because it isn't going to be as warm in this room? Because like, when I'm in a big gaming session, this room can get pretty hot. Like, that's a 77-inch TV with all the consoles on it. A lot of them are turned on at the same time. We never have the heating on in this house because it's never necessary. Obviously, I've got all my lights. You can really see how the middle one's going out at this angle. Like, look at that. And then same thing with this middle one versus some of the ones on the sides. It's interesting how it's like, it moves so smoothly being on the gimbal. Something else I want to do, and we can discuss it here in this video. Most of you won't have made it this far into the video, but if you have, give me your thoughts. So, for those of you that have followed me on TikTok through my gaming videos, you know that the sort of vibe that I give out through those gaming videos when I record my TV screen with my phone is sort of as if you guys are here with me playing the game, sat on the sofa next to me, sort of couch style, like you would have done when you were kids and you'd have friends around and you'd try and beat a game in a night. That's what I used to do when I was a teenager. I'd have my friend round and we'd try and beat stuff. I remember we did it with King Kong, the 2005 game. That was great. And that's the sort of vibe I want to bring to YouTube. But I feel like if I screen capture it with my Elgato, the way that I can, like the way every YouTuber does, where it's proper fancy screen capture, that doesn't have that vibe to it. And what I want to do is, so I think if I just, hang on, we flip it around. If I found a way to record my TV screen just like this with my camera, yeah, maybe it'd be a bit more zoomed in. I could zoom it in just to fill up more of the screen. The TV is big enough that like maybe I could get that vibe across, even though it's here. Do you know what I mean? So like I'll do it the same way that I've done it on TikTok, where it's just like highlighted moments, bits and pieces of the game versus just like full gameplays, because then you might be able to watch like a 12-hour game in like an hour segment. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll give it a go, and it'll either resonate or it won't. I hope it does, because it's much simpler content or cheaper content to create than the very expensive CX hauls that I do. But yeah, I'm gonna pop back in with you guys later, because I think these guys are about to finish their breakup soon. And obviously I'm not going to record them. So we're going to the cinema later as well, which I'm going to be very tired for, and we're going to see The Watched, I do believe, which is a film by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, which could be interesting, and I've seen that it's gotten okay reviews, and I'm typically very much so more lenient on horror films than I think a lot of people are, just by nature of them not being Oscar bait and taking themselves quite seriously. They can just be more fun and are typically shorter, so I'm not too bothered about a horror film not being the best film in the world if it's only an hour and a half to an hour and 40 minutes, So check back in later on. It's currently 1 p.m. See you there. Many, many hours later, all of the stickers are finally off. Okay, I may have told a little bit of a lie. There are a few more stickers to get off. So there's the Silent Hill HD one, there's the Ratchet one, and this one up here on Silent Hill 4, which that one, dead easy to do. These two, bit annoying, because the second I pull that out or pull that out, they're all going to fall over again, like they have a habit of doing. Also, how cool is this Batman Arkham City? I've had this since it released. That Arkham Asylum case I think needs replacing, because I think it's an American case, but I think Arkham Origins is fine. But Batman Arkham City, that is my original one from when it released, and that is one of my cool games. I don't have many steelbooks. A lot of the steelbooks that I have are accidents, and by a lot of, I mean those two down there. Resident Evil 4 Remake is a pretty cool one to have as a steelbook, I feel. And then with Deathloop, if you look behind, Deathloop is back there as well. Basically, I bought it from CEX shortly after it released, and for some unknown reason, it just came with both copies of the game. Yeah, it's strange. Apparently I spent 58 quid on it though, according to that CEX sticker. That's sad. It is currently 5 p.m. ish, is it? Yeah, about to be 5 p.m. 4 hours till the cinema, and we're still going. Not quite done. Alright guys, they've just left. What time is it? Nearly 7?
10 to 7.
10 to 7, so they've been in like 10 hours again, but they're finally done. Well, kind of done. It's all working. They said they need to charge something, but that's going to be like a half an hour job another day, and it doesn't have to be first thing. Either way, it's done. And we now have functioning air conditioning, so there'll be no more rather silly, stupid hot days in my office. I'll throw up a picture somewhere. I found a picture on my phone of the one time that in my old room I held a meat probe just in the air to see what temperature it was, and it read something like 46 degrees Celsius when it was 23 degrees outside. So like, can you imagine when it is those stupid heat waves that we've been having in recent years where it's like 30 degrees, 35 degrees outside? What it used to be in my office is like, it can get not comfortable. So one of the cool things about this aircon is we should be able to control it from our phones, so that even when we're not in the house, we can make the room cold. So we're struggling to figure out how to make that happen, though. It doesn't seem as straightforward as you might think. Just had dinner. It's now 8 p.m. This video has been taking place over like 12 hours or something crazy at this point. We've got like 45 minutes till we need to be at the cinema. Well, till the adverts start. We've got like an hour until the film actually begins. And yeah. Ruby Roo, it's time to go for a wee before we go to the cinema. You're all tired now because you've been barking at the aircon men all day. Literally just kicking off as if they were trying to murder. But it's okay. It's okay. It'll be just fine. Do you want to come for a wee-wee? Do you want to come for a wee-wee? You're upside down. The camera's literally probably showing you upside down. There we go.
Do you want to go for a wee wee? Snoots. Snoots. There's nothing between your eyes. Nothing at all. Come on.
Ruby? Bit of cheese? Find it. Come on. Some of this grass is taller than you. We need to cut the grass. I'd rather actually use a real scythe than a lawnmower. It might be infinitely more entertaining. That's not where the cheese landed, Ruby. Go wee wee. Now you're sniffing your own poo. Stop doing that. Have a wee. Wee wee. Come on. Entertain my viewers with your weeing habits. A lot of them signed up for CX halls and they're stuck with lifestyle stuff. Literally signed up for this, lads. I'm not apologising. Well, the adverts for the film start in 3 minutes, and this is my oven, so we're on time, aren't we, Neve? Because somebody had to have a tizzy fit attempting to sort out the aircon's Wi-Fi.
Stupid.
You just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, and then it was beeping and then it wouldn't start.
Right, now we're about to be on the way to the cinema. Luckily, we don't live that far away, so it should be fine. Like, there'll be 15 minutes of adverts. I drastically need a haircut. It's getting silly. My barber's been on holiday, so I've not been able to. He's back, like, today, so I can go soon. I think I've already said that was this video. I don't know. This, like I said, this video has taken place over the course of an entire day. It's been a long one. The children in the road again, because the kids around here seem to think that cars are for hugging. Like, I swear to God, there's this one...
Cat.
That's not a cat, that's a dog.
That was a cat.
That was a lion. That's a cat. There's this one guy who, like, with his kid will just kick a ball against someone's van all day. It isn't his van, because that would... You know? Okay, it is 10 minutes after the advert started and we have made it. Or we should have made it. We might have skipped the crap adverts and straight into the trailers, which I don't mind too much because I hate that McDonald's adverts. They're always bad. Do you know what advert we haven't seen in forever? The Gravelax advert. I don't know, but it frustrates me. And there it is, Odeon. It's always Cineworld that invites me to do stuff, though. Jabbing at you, Odeon. I'm jabbing at you. See you when we get out. Why is that fella stood behind that corner? Like he
just stood in the middle.
He's about to pounce on someone.
He was going to be off.
Should we call the authorities? What are you doing, mate? It's a weird place around here. So we just got out of the film. We went to see The Watched. It felt like two different films. Like, the first half of it was very different than the second. I thought it was over, and then it wasn't over. That one guy, the one man in that, the younger man, looked very much like the guy from Misfits.
He really did. It was the haircut and the kind of...
You guys probably know him more as the guy that took Theon's Willy from Game of Thrones. What is it with all the, like, Irish folklore films?
There's so many Irish folklore films set in some sort of woods about some sort of fairy creatures.
I think Men was an Irish folklore-y sort of thing a few years ago.
Was it a Netflix one?
It was Hole, yeah. That was a changeling. That was Changelings.
Going into holes in the ground. It was
that
the
was
mother
the same.
and the son.
That was the same premise, near
in
enough.
some sort of Irish woods.
Yeah, because she could tell that it wasn't a son anymore. There's loads of Irishy folklore-y film. How did Dakota Fanning get roped into an Irish folklore film?
M. Night Shyamalan.
It's her daughter.
Yeah, but he produced it.
There's some nepotism. And there's loads of people left that film, you know. Like, maybe 3 different groups of people.
The most people I've ever seen leave a film.
Yeah.
Before they even knew what it was about.
Besides the 2 people that I made cry that one time because they wouldn't get off the phones.
Yeah.
Whoops. Well, guys, I'm home and the air conditioning unit hasn't spontaneously burst into flames yet, so that's a good sign. Now it's time to put my room back to normal so that once all of that down... Basically, I think I said this like 12 hours ago at the start of this video, which I have no idea how long this video's run for, but if that lot ain't plugged in down there, nothing works. Nothing, except for like one monitor. Except for that, niche. So, got to shift all of that left, and yeah, everything needs a dust. It's been a few weeks of a lot of drilling, so dust has accumulated. Also, keeping up with my my follower count, I'm like 16 followers away from 10k now. I don't know how many I was at the start of this video. I think we've had a pretty good day for followers, because I swear 12 hours ago I was like 150 more followers to go or something like that, and now it's like 16. So by the time this video goes live, because this video will go tomorrow afternoon, we should have hit 10k, so yay. Hasn't happened yet, so I'm not going to do a real celebration. I'm not really doing anything for it, because the thing There was a thing that I was considering doing for it, but it's come around so quick that I don't think it warrants it just yet. It's too big of a thing that I want to do for 10k. I think I'll leave it to like a larger milestone at some point. But we keep grinding. Like most days, I average like 100 subs a day, which means within 3 years, if that average keeps up, I'll be at 100k. Because I really want that silver play button. Because there's going to be there's like one bit of wall there once my desk moves back over without a decoration on it. And I think a silver play button, and God forbid, maybe even a gold play button one day, you never know. Give me years and years of grinding. Because grinding is one thing I'm very good at grinding, trust me. Silver play button could go over there once we hit 100k. I know that I'm being very, presumptuous over my ability to hit 100k, but we just keep grinding until we do, you know? You just make it simple maths. 100 followers a day for 100 days is 10,000. Yeah. Do that many times over, you get there, you know? I hope you guys are liking these sort of more vloggy style videos, because like I said, I don't want every video to just be a CX video. I don't want every video to be require me to go and spend hundreds of pounds to make the video, you know? I want people to like this account for watching me do whatever it is that I'm doing. Like, I want to do gamelog videos where I'm playing through games and you guys be here because of that. You'll see how that's going to play out. There's tons of things that I want to play at the minute. I just can't decide what I'm going to play next. And with all of this stuff, with all the stuff that I've had going on, I've just not been able to play for a while. Because like I say, this aircon stuff with the guys coming round at like 8 in the morning has been wrecking my sleep schedule. Like 3 weeks ago, I was going to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning every day, if not 6 sometimes. Like, did you know that it gets light at 4 in the morning at the minute? Ask me why I know. I sleep not because I get tired most days, but because the birds are telling me that it's probably time, and so is the sky because it's gone blue. But yeah, so I look forward to fixing my sleep schedule. And by fixing, I mean by normal people standards, ruining. But that'll make me more productive, because the hours of the evening are the hours that I am most productive when it comes to creation, surprisingly. And that's when I can get back to playing stuff and creating content around the things that I play. Because realistically, I'm not just a game collector. I see a lot of I watch a lot of the other game collector guys, and there's like one that's got like nearly 100,000 subscribers, and his comments, everybody seems to dislike him. Every comment this guy gets is negative because they seem to dislike the fact that he tries to resell some things. I think there's a lot of stigma against reselling games, but like, I don't resell anything. Every game that I buy is for me, and I'm never getting rid of it. So as much as I say, oh, it's an investment because the price is only going up, that's just me coping with the fact that I've spent a silly amount of money on a game that is ancient. You know, when I buy a game that's £100, I'm there going, oh, it'll be £200 in a few years. Yeah, it might be, but the odds of me ever actually getting rid of it are just like down there, because I'm very much so a hoarder. I attach sentimentality to things that I really shouldn't. For example, you see that poster up there that has got Goku in? It did have a Captain America Civil War poster, and even my silly little brain's like, oh, I don't want to get rid of that poster because I've had it so long. It's nearly 10 years old. It means something. It's a piece of paper. You know, I shouldn't care, but I do. So like, games especially, I'm very sentimental around like objects and age of objects. So trust me, not a reseller, never getting rid of anything. Everything's being kept. Everything I buy is to keep, and it's why I don't buy things that I don't intend to at some point play, have already played, or am interested or think is cool. Some people are like, oh, you're going for every PS2 game, and it's like, no. Collecting every PS2 game would mean over 4,000 games, and I think I've got maybe 800 games. That'll be a good video I should do at some point. I should count how many games I have and make a video about it. But yeah, along those lines is, I don't want this account to just be game collecting. I want it to be celebrating games more than just collecting them, but also playing them and showing them off. Because I am aware that I'm in a situation where I can play a lot of things that a lot of people are not able to play these days, just because it's not very easy. Like, just actually being able to play a PlayStation 2 in modern day on, you know, an OLED TV isn't something that's normal. And I had to spend like 400 quid or whatever it was on the RetroTink to be able to do it. And people can emulate, yeah, but if you actually look at what percentage of people that want to play games that actually do emulate things, it's very low. Like, you're in such a niche community if you do emulate things, because the majority of the general public wouldn't be able to tell you what an emulator was, you know? Anyway, let's put my desk back and get my room back to normal so that everything is fully functional and usable again. And I'm not going to move anything again for ages because I hate moving things. The whole problem with my room is that when I put it together, it's like, right, this needs to be the forever room for a very long time, at least, like the because the wires are complicated. I had to get a whole. Do you remember when I got the piece of paper and we were there writing out the wire diagrams of how things were going to have to be wired to work most efficiently?
And which way cables have to be connected.
And like
and
where
also
in the room.
distances between stuff.
Like we were having to measure things because it's a pretty big room and cables cross the room and they have to be powered.
It's like a 12-foot square.
Yeah. Anyway, right. Let's move stuff. I'll be back. Right then, that is my room. Pretty much back to normal. Harder than you'd think. I haven't actually turned stuff on yet, so don't really know if it's fully working, but it should be. Everything's wired up where it should be. Everything needs dust and some things that need putting away, but I have access to everything again. I've got posters that just need finding somewhere to live all over the shop too. God, it's a long story. Anyway, I think that is about us done for today. I think I am also going to have a bit of a rearrange of my 9 and think haunting, basically. I've got a spot up there now because Resident Evil 4 Steelbook is there and that used to live up there. So I'm thinking perhaps Forbidden Siren 1 and 2 over there, come over here to replace Obscure 1 and 2, and then Haunting Ground and Obscure 1 and 2 can go over there to fill those 3 gaps that would exist. And then, yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But it's been a long day, and hopefully tomorrow I can get to playing something and showing you guys how I intend or hope to do those videos. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, do subscribe, because presumably, hopefully, in fact, let me have a look. I haven't looked at my sub count in a while. Presumably, we're now at nearly 10k. Or when this video goes live, we'll be above 10k. Yeah, so I need 10 more followers now to get to 10k. I'm on 9,990 at the time of filming now. So by the time this video goes live, almost certainly going to have crossed 10k. So road to 11k, I guess, or 10,100 because I break it up into 100 intervals. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully the video is long enough. I want my videos to at least be 20 minutes. 20 minutes I feel like is a nice sweet spot. So yeah, a lot of tidying to do. My room isn't completely back to normal. We forgot something. There's a poster to go back up on the wall because that had to go out the room as well while they were doing the aircon. Whatever. See you later, guys.